Hi, good evening, and welcome. This is Britton NewOne Carter, and I'm the host of On the Line. Before we get started, I need to let you know that you can hook up with us at On the Line TV show, and that's on Facebook and Twitter. And you can also follow us at hashtag Watch On the Line. So if you want to interact with us, that's what you do. You follow us at hashtag Watch On the Line. Now tonight, first of all, before we even get started, I got to give a very special shout out to my girl, to my producer, Nahamani. It's her birthday. She's off work tonight, so she's kind of like leaving me home alone. You know what I'm saying? But B is here with me, so he can kind of guide me through. But we just want to say a very special happy birthday to you from those of us at On the Line. Now tonight I have with me one of Cincinnati's very own, a remarkable woman in her own right. Someone that has knocked down many of the doors and broke through many of the barriers of the film industry here in Cincinnati and throughout the country. We have with us the phenomenal and the beautiful Miss Gwendolyn Gordon.
How you doing today? What a wonderful intro. I love it.
Well, you deserve every single word, and I still feel as though that I didn't do you any justice. Your history, the doors that you knocked open for us in this field, it's endless. It's endless.
Okay,
So,
well, yeah, I try my best. And it's one thing we have to remember: to whom much is given, much is required and responsible for.
absolutely.
That's my
absolutely.
ending. And responsible for. So it's up to us, or we have a duty, really, actually,
Okay.
to pick up the young ones. And if they have the passion, so to speak, that I have, I'll cultivate them and mold them and whatever. I've been on many sets of young people working on some things, and they really have the eye for what they're doing. They're writing, they're producing, they're
Right,
directing.
right.
And one I just want to throw out there is called Community.
Right.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
And you're so right. No, you're fine. And I just wanted to kind of piggyback on that to say that this is what Gwen does. Gwen cultivates talent. As a matter of fact, when I first met you, Gwen, it was because you came and you sat in on my play and you critiqued it. And I get this phone call one night from this woman. Hi, I'm Gwendolyn Gordon. And that was our first intro. And you proceeded to give me some dialogue concerning my play, some things that I could have did differently, some things that I did good, and never once had you shattered my spirit. And you constantly stay in touch with me, Gwen, and I just want to say on the air that I appreciate what you do for me and the part that you play in my life. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I'm very
Thank you.
honored and humbled, very humbled.
Thank you. And Gwen, let me say this. Gwen has a unique story, and I'm going to let Gwen tell her story. Gwen actually is a survivor.
You can tell it.
Okay, well,
can tell
Gwen
it.
is actually a cancer survivor, and she's rumbling. This is my other Ali. You know what I'm saying? She is a rumbler. She is a rumbler. And for those of you who fight through illnesses that are plagued with cancer, that have other illnesses, this is a ray of hope sitting right here in front of us. And what she does for me is she allows me to know that we just can't quit. We just can't give up. So Gwen, give us a little bit of background about your growing up, about your time here in Cincinnati, growing up.
Okay.
Want to take us
Okay. I
down?
hope we have an hour show.
It's condensed in a half an hour.
Okay, actually, I'm originally from Cincinnati, Ohio. I went to Catholic schools coming up. High school, I went to Our Lady of Angels, and that's in St. Bernard.
Okay.
I graduated from there, of course, and, just try to figure out what I was going to do, knowing me. And because I had my own apartment, well, I actually graduated at 16.
Okay.
Okay, so
smart.
yeah. So I did that, and then I ended up going to the Air Force. So I could say that I've been around the world with no passport. How about that
Right.
one?
And you're still going around the world.
Yes, yes, I am.
And I think that we need to, qualify, exactly what Gwen does. Gwen is a phenomenal personality in the film industry. She's a director. She's a PA. She's a star. She's a great actress. Gwen does it all. As a matter of fact, Gwen came in and did our set because Namani, you wasn't here, sweetie. So she had to kind of like improvise for me, okay? So she's a set designer, and she does it all. She does it all. And she plays such an important role in the black community in terms of young black filmmakers in this city. And I want you to kind of like give some background as to, some of the films that you starred in. I can tell you that she was with Omar Epps. I could tell you this woman here done hung out with Terrence Howard, Empire. You know what I'm saying? She's done hung out with Spike and, a whole host of personalities. So, Gwen, you tell us.
Okay. Well, actually, people ask me, how did I get started in the film industry? What made me go that way? And I said, well, I wanted to be a whole lot of things, okay? But when I was a kid, it was black and white TV. Okay, I know I'm showing my age, but there was black and white TV.
Okay.
And I would only see black people shown as street people or pimps or prostitutes or subservient people, and that was really all. So my mother had always told us, if it's something that you want and you don't see it, create it.
Okay.
So that's exactly how I got myself into the film industry. So I've worked with so many people, oh my goodness, on independent films. And it's nothing wrong with doing independent films because what's that film with Terrence Howard? And he, oh my goodness, I should know the name of that. Well, anyway, he got, he was a pimp.
Okay.
And you remember that movie where he got into the industry, or he got his friend to tape up?
Right, Hustle and Flow.
Hustle and Flow. Okay, that was
Great
an independent film.
Great
Okay,
flick.
so it's nothing wrong with independent films because
Right.
you never know. If the right people see it, they may buy it.
Right.
Now, another thing while we're talking about buying work, there are so many people, very talented people. I mean, you could just feel it. You know, that it is at the American Black Film Festival. That's the ABFF. Right. And I want everybody to go online for that. If you have any interest in the film industry, you should be there.
Okay.
Now, this year was in Miami.
Right.
And the people that were there, oh my God, it was Cicely Tyson, Terrence Howard.
Right,
We had Regina Hall was our ambassador this year.
Right.
Kevin Hart. Oh my goodness, it's just so many. Faith Evans.
Right.
It's just so many people. I can hardly name, but my good friend now is Phyllis Yvonne Stigney.
Okay.
And she was in Inkwell as the psychologist for Lorenz Tate, if you remember that.
Right.
And she was also in, many other things, but some of the things that people may really,
New Jack City?
New Jack City.
She was that beautiful African-American sister that played the DA
That's right.
in New Jack City.
That's
I
right.
remember it.
Yes.
Gorgeous sister.
Look,
Gorgeous
and
sister,
she
dynamic
is,
actress.
yes, she is. She's very dynamic. We were at a reception at an art gallery. And we were sitting around, people walking around with little hors d'oeuvres, offer you this and, drinks and everything.
Right.
And I was talking to two young ones who were sitting on either side of me. So we were talking. And then she came in and she sat on the couch like over there.
Right.
And then I looked at her and I was like, wait a minute. And when I said, wait a minute, she got up and went this way. And I told, actually the girl's name is Alex Kelly. Okay. She is from the Bronx and she is a dynamic vocalist. She's being compared to, I'm having senior moments right now. What's the girl that passed away? Did a little like jazz fusion, kind of a Caucasian girl. Well, anyway, she's being compared to her.
Okay.
So, I mean, she is good.
Okay.
Okay, I mean good.
Okay.
So I told her, go get her. So she ran and went around the corner, and she brought her back over there. So she was like, when she didn't know her name, she was like, hey, you the one that's in blah, blah, blah. But see, you should. And then when she told me later, she was like, oh, she cussed me out. I was like, it's no way Phyllis cussed you out, baby. Right. She said, she asked me, told me I have a name. Okay. But she was so sweet with it, though. You know what I'm saying? Right. But we hung out for like 4 days. I mean, we had a ball. And that sister has been in the industry for 30 years.
Yeah. What I like is that, one of the things that you have shared with me, over the course of time that we've known each other, because she's constantly trying to get me to come out to Miami. She tried to get me down in Miami, but she gave me reports. She gave me almost daily reports as to what was going on in Miami, wanted me to get my material down there, just to be in the atmosphere. Now, that atmosphere versus the atmosphere in Cincinnati. We have a underground of black filmmakers here in Cincinnati that are not getting the exposure that they need. Actually, it's a tight-knit group here, and you almost have to be in the know. What advice would you give to an up-and-coming, someone that's trying to break into the industry? Okay,
my suggestion would be a great one. The American Black Film Festival was created, actually, to help people of African descent to get into the movie industry.
Okay.
So if it's a must if you go down there. I mean, get you a festival pass. There are so many panel discussions and master classes that are done. Tasha Smith, she does acting. She calls it T-Saw.
Okay.
And then Bill Duke, he did the Actors Boot Camp last year. Icon.
Yes.
Okay, icon.
Yes.
And that, it was just like I said, it was created to have people of African descent to break into the movie industry.
Yeah.
The people that have come through ABFF, Will Packard. Now, how many films? He did all the Twa movies. Remember that?
Okay.
He did the latest Roots.
Okay.
He did Girls Trip. That's coming out. Now, that was a world premiere that they allowed us to see. See, the people at film festivals see the movies before they even come out.
Right.
Now, this is the Girls Trip. Please go and see it. Oh, you will laugh, you will laugh, you will laugh. And it's got Regina Hall, Queen Lattifah.
Exactly.
I'm so sorry. Jada Pinkett Smith, and also what's her name? Tiffany Haddish.
Okay.
And to me, Tiffany stole the show. Really, I do.
Okay.
She did, and I laughed till I couldn't. Look, me and Phyllis were sitting there, and I mean, we all gut busters.
Right.
She was so good. It was. Just it's a great movie.
Right.
But
just
please,
recently saw him on an award show, and I'm telling you, I got to be honest with you. All of them, all 4 of them, were just hilarious. They're so talented. They've been. The women that I've admired in this industry, of course, Queen Lattifah, Jada Pinkett, and it just tells me that we have a lot of undiscovered Jada Pinketts and Queen Latifahs right here in this city.
What's her name? Anthony Anderson.
Right.
Came through the ABFF.
Right.
Taraji came through ABFF.
Right.
See, all these people that are working now and doing things, Terrence Howard, all these people have come through the ABFF, and this year is the 21st year.
Right.
Okay? So if you're interested in anything remotely to the film industry, you need to go. Now, that doesn't count out the people that do music now, because you have music and a movie. Right. One can't go without the other.
Exactly.
So if you go down there, and I mean, the people that are there, executives from the studios that are there.
Right.
We have NBC Universal that's sponsors. Oh, and they have some jobs available right now.
Right. Okay. Okay.
You just go on to NBCUniversalJobs.com.
Okay, I'm gonna remember that.
/jobs.com. Yeah.
Brother got
and you'll
deep.
find, yeah. I mean, you can, it's just so many jobs.
Right.
That's what I thought I was gonna, really serve that to you and your audience, because it's something that if you have that talent, hey, go for it. Go for
absolutely,
it.
absolutely.
Go for it.
What I would like to see here, Gwen, is some sort of boot camp here for up and coming actors and actresses, those in the film industry, persons such as yourself that have had all these great years in the industry to, get with us, bring us all together. And one of the things that I think that you passed on to me, we were at a picnic, and that's to not stop working. Don't stop working. Work your craft. Work your craft. You never know what's going to go in the can and what's going to be decent. So continue to work your craft. That's the message I get from you.
And then actually, I had the privilege, just like I said, to hang out with Phyllis. And I told her, I said, I need you to come to Cincinnati.
Right.
She was like, really? And I was like, yes, ma'am. She was like, don't ma'am me. You know what I'm saying? We buddies now. Okay? And when we were going back to the reception, we were dancing and people were filming it. And it was just great.
Right.
So, and at the premiere, we went together to do that and just some other things. But I really want her to come to Cincinnati to do some acting workshops. Okay. So I'm really trying to pull some people together so this could be possible, because this woman has been in the industry for 30 years. She is the one that she's very Afrocentric. Okay. No creamy crack in her hair. It's all natural. That's what I call relaxed or creamy crack. Okay. I don't do the creamy crack either.
So y'all heard that.
That's right. Go with your flow, baby. And see, we don't have to. And then my fro, I was like, my stuff bounces and shakes too. You know what I mean?
That's right.
So it's not like you have to get your hair processed and all this for your stuff to shake and shine and bounce. That's right.
That's right.
But yes, I would really, she wants to come. She says she's tired of going through the New Yorks, the Miamis, the LAs, the Chicagos, and these people are kind of, and
I agree, and lately in the last couple of years, they've been doing a lot of filming here in Cincinnati.
Oh yeah.
There's been a lot of productions here. One of the things that I would like to see happen, I would like to see more blacks involved in some of those productions here, to give us a break, give us a shot at the title. And then again, not to give us anything, we have to make our own breaks, I think.
That's right.
And with the product that we have here, I think that we can produce a pretty decent product if we band together. Let's get our own production company.
That's what I was just getting ready to say.
Our own
That's
movies
right.
here.
Because
I'm sorry, but we have Lee Zellers, Brendan Pearl. We have Aaron Pullins. We have yourself. We have who else do we have? We even got a friend of mine, Adam Steele, and although he's not black, he's a great artist. He's great in his craft.
Jason Young.
Exactly. So, and we have other people like Mazan and Sarah Green and all these people that are,
I grew up with Sarah.
Okay.
When I was a teenager, it was a house across the street from the the Dollar General. Right now over there, William Hart Taft. It used to be a church on one corner, and then it was a couple houses, and then it was another church, and then there was something else going on that corner. But we used to sit on their steps and talk, and then I went to an event. And I ran into her. I was like, girl, where you been? She was like, I'm saying the same thing to you. Where you been? I know all the people that you mentioned. I know all of them.
And I know you do.
I know all of them.
Who in this city can touch this craft without knowing the fabulous Gwen Gordon. And that brings me to another point, Gwen. And I'd be remiss. You know, last week I had Ricky Ross on the show, Freeway Ricky Ross, and it was a phenomenal show. I think I thought personally, not because it was my show, but because this guy came from the depths of his soul and to try to make some atonements, and it was a great show. Kelly Prather was on the show, and that leads me to this. They were talking about in terms of doing a movie based on his life. They talked to me about potentially doing a play, and me having some association with that. What would you be able to bring, and what would you suggest for a project of that nature? Of that
Okay, if
magnitude?
he wants to do a project about his life, that's great. I mean, that's most excellent because of, I followed what, happened with him. Now, even part of it, they had different parts of it. It kind of touched on Deep Cover.
Right.
It touched on that in In Too Deep.
Right.
And it was another one that they did when they were in Los Angeles. I can't think of the name of it right now, but yeah, I would say yes, that would be excellent. And then another icon that nobody has done in his life is Paul Mooney.
Paul Mooney is such a great
And
guy.
I know Mr. Mooney.
Great talent.
And it was so funny when
Wouldn't
I
be a
met
Richard
him.
Pryor without a Paul Mooney.
That's right.
A lot of people don't know that, but
No
Paul
Sarah
Mooney was-
Bernhardt.
Yeah.
No,
Absolutely.
it's a whole lot of people that he cultivated.
The man.
Really?
The man. And,
Really?
And that's a segue into, actually I brought the Ricky Ross up to segue into a conversation that we were having earlier about the Illuminati. As you know, Ricky Ross, his involvement in the drug trade was basically overshadowed with some news about the Contra. It was political. There were some people in back rooms, smoke-filled rooms that you didn't see that was pulling the strings. Speak to that.
It's very real, okay? And it's a little frightening, okay? Because the people that run the industry are those people, okay? And you can only see certain people go so far if they don't go along with what they say or what they want you to do. Now, to sign in your name and blood and all that, that's real. That is very real.
Okay.
Okay. And I could say that personally, I could have been much farther than I am right now. But I think I still keep my grind going on.
Right.
But I would not go along with what they said.
Okay.
So I still have my soul.
Right.
Jesus Christ got my soul.
I know that's
Okay.
right.
So, the Illuminati, the devil, whatever you want to call it,
Right.
okay, is how these people are getting on. And you hear about a lot of ritualistic
Right.
things that go on. They even, like the boule,
Okay.
okay? Certain people come to that every year, and they come together in Atlanta, okay? And I know I'm saying some things that are kind of frightening to some people, but I just want to let people know it's real. It is
Right,
very
right.
real, very
Right.
real. Now look at, I don't want to pick on nobody, but look at Kevin Hart.
Look at Bill Cosby.
They're punishing him right now. You see, if he had did what they said, he wouldn't be going through this right now.
Yeah, and some say if he wouldn't have threatened to buy.
Because he wanted to buy NBC.
Exactly.
Okay.
So I guess he was on some toes. Maybe.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. They
So-
let him go so far in doing some things, his little Jello stuff, and,
Right.
and
Okay,
and all of that.
Okay.
Okay, but no, he's being punished right now. But the reason why I don't want to pick on Kevin Hart, but I don't think he is as funny as some of the comedians that are out here. Well, look at Charlie Murphy.
Oh, he was a great talent.
Okay.
Charlie Murphy was a great talent.
But then you could look at his brother.
Yeah.
He's gone much further than any of these comedians right now.
Oh, absolutely.
But see,
absolutely.
now all of a sudden, Kevin Hart is on the scene. You don't think he made a deal with them? Yes, I believe that. Okay.
Well, I'm not going to step on those toes because Kevin may come to town, and I
Well,
just
hey,
might be
Kevin.
able to get Kevin up in here.
I love you,
know,
Kevin.
so-
But I'm just saying, okay, that's just one
I
black
mean, I'm
woman's
just saying,
opinion.
Kevin, you know,
That's just one black woman's opinion.
that's right. And you're
You know.
entitled to your opinions.
Yes.
And here on the line, we don't pull any punches. You know, we try to tackle every topic. Of course, we want to maintain a degree of respect for every human
absolutely.
being. We don't discriminate. Real quickly, we have like maybe a few minutes left here.
Okay.
And time just seems to fly when you're having
Oh,
fun.
my goodness.
And Gwen, I got to get this out of you now.
Okay.
I got to, listen, I want to do a project with you, Gwen.
Okay.
We got to do a project together.
Do you have a script written?
I'm gonna write it. I'm gonna finish.
Well, don't
for
tell
you.
me you won't be.
I
Don't
wanna-
ask for my
Gwen,
opinion because I'm gonna give it to you.
I'm gonna write something just for us, Gwen. Just for us, okay?
Yeah, but you know what? If you touched on something before, you know why African Americans don't be on some of these huge movies is because it's still tight knit. Okay, it's a good old boy situation going on there, and I ain't gonna say no more about that. But you know what I'm saying. So I think that we should do the same thing that Jeff Friday, who created the ABFF, if we can do something like that, pulling our talent, our African American talent, and just do it.
And doing it right here in this city.
Exactly.
Right?
We can
Right
do the
here in this
same
city.
thing right here.
Right
but
here.
we have so many people that we can draw
That's right.
from the film festival that will come.
So Gwen put it out there, y'all. Okay? Aaron,
Yes, I did.
Aaron, Lee, Brennan. She put it out there. She put it out there on the line.
Put it on the line. Yes, I did.
On the line. So listen, we're about to close. Gwen, you want to tell them how they can stay in touch with you, how people can follow you? You want to give some
Oh, yeah,
contact?
the best way to contact me is through email, and that will be Gwendolyn Gordon 320@gmail.com. Now that's spelled GWENDOLYN GORDON 320@gmail.com.
You got any work coming up here soon?
Yes.
Okay. So, you know, she's going to put it out there for us.
Yes.
And I'm going to keep it on the line. I'm going to put it out there on the line. You know that as soon as
Yes.
it breaks, whatever she's doing, I'm
Okay.
going to bring you in on it so we can follow her and stay tuned to her. Remember, I already said I'm going to write this script for me and Gwen. We're
Okay.
going to do something. So I already put my foot in my mouth. Hey, listen, this is Britton NewOne Carter. And, of course, this is On the Line. And in closing, I just want to say that, listen, anything that's worth doing, that's worth having, that's worth fighting for, it's worth putting on the line. Namani, happy birthday. Peace and love to all those in our city. Stay strong, stay black, stay proud. Britton NewOne Carter, and this has been On the Line. Please.